Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
I always don't know how to start. Okay. One of our most requested recipes is for spaghetti sauce. It is requested in our home quite often by our children. This one, I think, requested spaghetti for her birthday dinner 8 years in a row. But also by guests, when we take it to potluck. It's literally one of our easiest recipes. So today we are going to make semi-homemade spaghetti sauce. It sometimes can be totally homemade. We are going to start with a base of diced stewed tomatoes. Now, typically I use stewed tomatoes that I have processed myself from my garden and home canned, but we are nearing the end of summer and just do not have any of those left. Next year I should probably plant about 8,000 more plants to be able to keep up with our spaghetti and salsa habit around here. So we are going to use 4 cans of stewed diced tomatoes. You can use bagel. You can use basil, garlic and oregano, or Italian style, or just plain diced tomatoes. It is your preference. So we're going to open these up and get them poured into the pot. Skylar Grace, if you want to move your stool over there, you can help me by pouring these into the pot. We're going to use our super fantastic can opener to open these. Over by the stove close enough so you can reach. When I can my tomatoes, I like to keep them pretty simple with just very simple herbs and spices in them so that they can be used in a variety of different ways. That's not our purpose today. Okay, so you can start handing those to her. Go ahead. Pour the whole thing in. Our second step is to use 2 cans of tomato sauce. This is also part of the main base of the sauce. You afraid of the sharp knife? And here's one. Get all the sauce out of the can. We want all that tasty goodness in there. And don't splatter your sister. Probably shouldn't be wearing a white shirt to make spaghetti sauce today.
You probably shouldn't wear a white shirt for eating spaghetti sauce.
And then our third ingredient to our base is going to be a small can of tomato paste. Now, quick tip for you all today is that when canning tomatoes, you're often left over with lots of skin. That can be thrown to your chickens, it can be put in your compost, or we like to do something special and use every little bit of the tomato. So we will spread those skins in our dehydrator trays and dehydrate them until they are paper crisp, and then throw them in the blender, and it comes out like this, chunks of little flakes. And then this can be used to beef up some stew or throw into some soup. It's also equivalent, half and half, the ratio half and half to make tomato paste. So I will combine a tablespoon of these flakes in a small bowl with a tablespoon of water, vice versa, 4 tablespoons to 4 tablespoons of water, and mix it up, and it just makes into the most smoothest, most delicious paste you'll find. So Quick little tip to use up your tomato skins. Okay, you're gonna need a little rubber spatula to get this out. Right there, that little blue one is good. Well, hello, ma'am. You wanna come and join us in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Go ahead and put that in. Why don't you move your stool a little bit closer so you don't fall in the pot? Now, tonight's dinner, my husband has requested that we have some Italian sausages with the spaghetti sauce. He's a meat lover. He really likes Italian sausage, so I'm gonna have him smoke these on his smoker outside. But other times, I like to saute up some hamburger with a little garlic and onion, sometimes some mushrooms, and throw it into this sauce also. Today we're not going to do that. We're going to have it with these Italian sausages. Honey, I know you're going to love this. Do you need a little help? Whoa. We got spaghetti craziness.
Can I cut yours?
Just a minute, please. Can you get down from the stool so we can have somebody else do a little thing? Get our tomato sauce down in there. I really like using this cast iron pot. It seems to cook really evenly. It's a good deal. Okay. Another thing that I really love that not everyone does is I'll take a fresh onion and peel it, leave it whole, and just drop it down in the pot. It gets nice and soft. All that yummy, oniony goodness just saturates the sauce. Then you can either pull this out, give it to your animals, or chop it up and put it back in the sauce. Sarah, will you put that in the sauce for me, please? Whoa! Maybe not that forcefully. Okay, girls, let's clean up these cans real quick. All right, another thing that makes our spaghetti sauce special is that we like to add a can of black olives. Not everybody likes black olives. This is totally fine to leave out any ingredient here that you or your family does not prefer. So we're going to have Amelia May here. Quarter these, sometimes just half. When I was a child, I didn't like spaghetti sauce. I preferred my my noodles just buttered with Parmesan cheese. I'm sure you can relate if you have children in your home. My mom would put one whole olive in the pot, and whoever found the whole olive in their sauce got dessert. I don't have that problem. My kids will happily eat one portion at least with sauce on it, but then they do love their buttered noodles. Okay, you've chopped that up. Chop, 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 chop. Everyone likes to help in the kitchen. I get this into the pot, like this. All right. And in they go. Good job. Let me see. Okay, slowly stir it up. Now we're gonna add a few key ingredients that are very important. I don't measure my spices, so this might get a little tricky. We're gonna add a pinch or two of salt.
Can I do the pepper?
And a very small pinch of pepper. Let's be kind to each other. Now this is where you can add fresh herbs, or you can use dried herbs. So I'm using an Italian seasoning blend to make it easy on myself today. We have Bible study in a little bit. So I typically use about a handful in here, maybe a little more. Just sprinkle it in. Just a minute. This is also a good place for you to add your favorite fresh herb or dried herb into the mix if you have something special you like. This Italian seasoning blend is oregano, thyme, basil, rosemary, and sage. also like to add a bay leaf. It adds just a little bit of something. Oh, please excuse my messy spice cabinet. I am kind of a spice hoarder. Here we go. Bay leaf. Do you want to put the bay leaf in, Skylar Grace? Enough? You're stirring. Don't crush it. Throw it in.
Leaf is an actual leaf.
Yeah, it is an actual leaf.
Then can I mix it?
Okay, now one of my top secret ingredients is some brown sugar. I like to add, for a pot about this size, 3 to 4 tablespoons. It cuts the acidity down of the tomatoes and just gives it a little bit of a sweetness. Now it can be Scarlett's turn to mix. Get down. Get down. Let Scarlett mix, please.
Can I help put other stuff?
Pretty soon. We're almost done.
Can I help
And-
putting the stuff in?
No, this is the last thing. Last but not least.
Let's not have a tantrum right now. It's not your turn.
Last but not least, we add a good helping of Parmesan cheese. I like to put it in the sauce so it cooks in, but I also like to sprinkle it on top at the end. So we're just gonna pour, I would say it's probably 3/4 of a cup that I end up putting in here. And now it's your sister's turn to stir. Hop on down. Nope. Your other sister. Sorry about that. Now I will let this simmer on low pretty much all day, and it just gets better and better as it goes. It's even better the next day for leftovers, and I like to serve it over any type of noodle. Sometimes we even use it as the base for casseroles or lasagnas, things like that. That's it. Pretty simple. Thanks for joining us. All right, here's a view of what we got going on inside the pot. All of our ingredients are in here and they're simmering away. You can see the onion is nice and fresh. It will be pretty soggy and still delicious looking by the end of the day. We'll check back in with this later on today and see how it's progressing. Here's the sauce. It's been cooking for about half the day now. It's getting nice and thick. Looking good. You can see the bay leaf in there. And the onion is starting to break down a little bit. I'm going to continue cooking this for another couple of hours. Low and slow. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is to add whatever your preference is for garlic. Some of us enjoy garlic powder and some of us fresh garlic. So whatever your preference is, go ahead and add that before you start the simmer. Ooh, there it goes. And here is the final product. This has been cooking all day long. You can see that the onion is nice and soft, and you can just take it out and feed it to your chickens, or you can chop it up and incorporate it into your sauce. That's my favorite way to go about it. It's nice and thick, very hearty, and extremely tasty. It's one of our favorites. Right, Amelia? Is this one of your favorites? Process them all at the same time for 4 hours.
Thank you for tattling during my video.
Don't forget to say no. Don't forget to.
Now do it again.
Don't forget to. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.